Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk to you about a huge issue that is probably near and dear to everyone's hearts. Educational funding. Of course, this issue was just addressed with the teacher walkout, which resulted in a slight raise for the teachers and educational support staff. But that is hopefully not the end of the fight. More needs to be done, and hopefully Oklahoma legislators can do what's right for the people who will be shaping the future of our state through our students. Let me start off by giving you a little bit of background information on just how severe Oklahoma has slashed funding to education in the past 10 years. Now, the legislators will say that Oklahoma's economy is closely related to the oil and gas industry, which is true. So when oil and gas are having down years, naturally, Oklahoma's economy suffers. So they blame the oil and gas industry for their lack of funding in areas such as education. But what they do not tell you is that they also are among the leaders in state income tax cuts. So basically, if they were to leave those income tax percentages the same, they could possibly have more free money floating around their budget and allocate it towards something that matters, like education. Oklahoma spends $1 billion less on kindergarten through 12th grades than it did a decade ago. Schools have to implement drastic measures just to stay afloat. 1 in 5 school districts in Oklahoma have had to switch to 4-day school weeks just to save money. On top of that, schools are having to cut programs such as art, science fairs, and in some cases, athletic programs, where schools will combine with each other to form one team. Now, I realize this topic is on teacher pay, but that ties right in with educational funding. When most people think of funding, they usually only think of books, new equipment, and renovations for schools. Unfortunately, teachers are typically overlooked, the most important tool for the students. The average annual pay for an Oklahoma teacher is $42,500, and that's for a high school teacher. One of the biggest issues that Oklahoma is experiencing is teachers leaving the state for other opportunities in surrounding states. Texas, the primary threat in taking these teachers, because their average annual salary for a teacher there is $55,500. Anyone in their right mind would leave for that, especially for how much time and effort is put into teaching a classroom of students each year. Last year alone, Oklahoma lost over 22% of its teacher force for better opportunities. That is an issue, and I'm still not sure how our legislation can't see that. These teachers deserve far better. These students deserve far better. Now, how can we afford to give pay raises to teachers and educational staff with our economy so heavily reliant on a declining oil and gas industry? There are multiple ways to accomplish this. The first way, raising individual income tax rate. If Oklahoma were to raise it 5 to 6 percentages, it could generate $4 to $7 billion in additional money that could potentially be used to pay teachers and better the education system. Another option, which is heavily scrutinized and looked down upon, would be the legalization and taxation of marijuana. Of course, this is a very touchy subject, especially in a state that is smack dab in the middle of the Bible Belt. But it could generate millions of dollars for education. For example, in 2014, Colorado legalized and taxed recreational marijuana use, and with the taxes and fees collected by the state, it totaled just over $155 million. They took $42.5 million of that and put it right back into public education. But as I said previously, this would be a very hard sell for the legislators, but the proof is in the pudding. Imagine what $42.5 million could do for an education system that is dead last in the country, as is Oklahoma. As a parent, I'll do whatever it takes for my child to grow up with the best advantages possible. As it sits currently, she'll have to work extra hard to succeed in school, just like every child does now. But why not do something to give our children an advantage? These hardworking teachers would devote so much more attention and detail into their learning if they felt as if they were properly compensated for it. I fully understand that when an economy is down and there's just no money left to be allocated, there isn't anything that anyone can do. But Oklahoma can do more. We must do more. That small raise that our teachers walked out for is not the end. It is only the beginning in a fight that should not even exist.